Does that ever feel good to have the heater on? It's nice and warm in here. We just shut the heater off. Good morning, everybody. My neck is super stiff. I don't know what I did, but everything down this side of my neck hurts. I couldn't pick my head up this morning. I had to roll off the bed. So in the last video, I was talking about adding more batteries to my van. And after I shut the camera off, I started to do a little bit more research on some of the other brands and watched a few more videos on the Academy of YouTube, because that's the greatest place to learn about this kind of stuff from other people's experiences, and or full breakdown reviews from those channels that pull that thing apart and bench test it all. So my eye has been on the SOK batteries. They're at a good price point, and the warranty apparently is super good on them. They have like a 7-year warranty or something like that. So I found the dimensions of them, so I'm going to pull my battery cabinet apart just to make sure that they do fit in there, and then maybe take some measurements, because they do make bigger versions of the batteries. So the 100 amp hour ones I'm guessing would fit in there, but they make 200 amp hour versions, which are more taller and don't take up much more of a footprint. So you never know, I might be able to slide in the 200 amp hours right there. So that's what I'm doing right now. I got the good old trusty screwdriver out, and we're gonna pull this cabinet off. All it is just 6 screws that hold the front face of that on there. Really? I don't have the right bit? Are you serious? Oh, look what I found. Right there. There's a fuse right here. You remember the other day when my light bar didn't work and the fuse was missing? It was sitting right there. The culprit. Okay. Measurement in here is 7.5 inches wide. Here's the measurements on the SOK 100s. They will not fit in this cabinet. This cabinet over here it's not wide enough. These batteries are 7.9 inches. And here's the measurements for the 206 amp hour ones. They're 11 inches deep by 12.9 inches tall. I'm wondering if I can fit the 200 amp hour ones under my bed. They're 12.9 inches tall, and I don't know how deep those are. We'll have to go back and remeasure them. That means, Mr. Cruzy, you're gonna have to move, bro. We could put 2 batteries in each corner and just relocate this stuff. So it's 12 inches in length. Like, they'll just drop right in there. What's the height in here? Oh, that won't fit either. Let's go get ourselves a latte, because we have that option here.
Hello.
Hi.
Would you like a latte?
Yes, my cup's empty.
We're done.
Milk in a bag. Now that's truly Canadian. Hey, you're up in Canada, you can buy milk in a bag. Put this thing away now, because, come on, having a latte machine in your van is completely necessary. After having one, that is a necessity. My hand's empty. I live in my van, I'm hungry. So we're clearly back here at Ray Outfitted, and they have a really cool van that is leaving the property today. So I thought we'd go over and show you that and some of the other cool rigs that they have kicking around here at the shop. Morning, Madison.
Good morning. Do you want to see a factory RV?
Yeah, let's do that. What year is this thing? Old. 19 old.
19 something. Yes, 19 something. But it does boast having a full bathroom. It is always a good sign of the condition of the vehicle when your client drops it off with the spare battery and the jumper cables and the tow straps, to speak of this van's here first for engine work before we go make the interior extra snazzy.
Oh, look at that, right in the back too. Are you serious?
It has a bathtub, itty bitty bathtub.
Dude, this is kind of cool, actually.
Right?
Man, this would be one uncomfortable shower. And I'm serious, like, this will be seriously, like, and I'm standing on the ground. If I were to stand, can I stand in there?
Go for it.
Are you sure it's not gonna fall through? Oh, this would be horrible. You wanna hold this camera? This would seriously be, how the...
With a full bathroom.
That's a cool idea, but you never stand in there. That would be a sit-down shower all day. That's a large amount of space. Just you could do this stuff outside.
This is just the key, like nothing else.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like,
no auto locks.
no door links. No nothing
Where's
fancy.
the button? On the other end of the spectrum is this 2021 ProMaster custom build that we've done from empty cargo van to full camper van.
Morning, Rainer.
Morning.
Thanks for the latte.
Welcome.
So this van, I think you might have seen the windows. We didn't have the interior done last time you were here,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
but I think you were pointing out the windows. So it's got awning, outdoor lights, just like yours, 5-camera security system. We added step rails, all that.
Whoa, this stuff is amazing.
So that is Neapolitan bamboo.
Wow. That's a unique piece of wood, that one.
Yeah, so we've had a ton of fun with this client. Huge challenge to figure out how to bring it to life. Her desire was to have as much curved shapes as possible. So from the curved step to the curved ceiling.
Yeah, this
The
is really
goal
cool,
was-
though. It adds a nice element to it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because I don't know if you know, the ProMasters, there's always a big step down from where the driver and passenger seat is to inside. So this step achieves a few things. It means when you swivel the seats, your feet aren't dangling. Also has part of the heating system. So this van has a hydronic heating system. So antifreeze pumped through a heater that then gives heated floors. A plate exchanger gives hot air, and another plate exchanger gives hot water to the sink, the outdoor shower, and maybe their indoor shower. We'll show you. This van is a little unique. We've finished most of it, but there's 2 spaces that have been kind of left blank for the client to do a trial trip before making a final decision on what they really want in it. Let's go inside.
Ooh. God, I love this stuff. That is wild.
Yeah, it's really... Crank up the lights.
Look how fancy that is. Ooh, ah. Look
A bit of backsplash.
at the color on the top, too.
Yep.
Ooh. Wow. This top is really cool, though.
So that is quarter sawn white oak slat ceiling, and it has a fabric ceiling underneath it. They wanted to let some of the glisten poke through.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So you can obviously tell there's a blank space here. Right now the notion is a lounge chair with a little bar would go in here. But they're going to go on a trip and confirm that. And then you might have noticed the other big blank space. Their notion was they wanted an indoor shower. And we always warn people that indoor showers often get put in vans and then never used, so they're converted to closets after the fact. So our clients are going to go on a trip and see what they wish that space was before we make it full shower. Because it could be a space for their dog at the bottom, some drawers and some hanging space, or it can be a little shower. You can try getting in that shower.
Well, that's no problem. You're good to go. I bet that other one this morning.
Yeah.
This is shower worthy. You could get a good scrub on in here, but you could also do that outside.
Yeah, this van does have an outdoor shower,
See, perfect.
but we put the little, that's an itty bitty Max Air fan.
Yeah, I've seen these ones
Yeah.
before. They just pull and they turn, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
The goal is if we're going to have an indoor shower, we want to suck that steam and moisture out
Oh,
as
yeah.
fast as we can.
Yeah, those are cool. I've had a lot of people bring that up on my... This thing feels good, too. It doesn't feel like... I always just figure when I seen these ones, like, oh, this just feels cheapy.
Whereas they're same as the Max Air fan you have, which, you know, you've replaced.
Oh, they're from the same company?
Yeah.
No way. I didn't know they made them.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, because a lot of people have asked me about these. They've got smaller vans. They didn't want to do the traditional
Yeah,
big
and
hole.
there's models that even have a light in them. So some of our clients that have like
yeah.
the really small vans, we put one of those in because they don't need the big Max Air fan, and then with the built-in light, it's just a little bit more space efficiency. So this van is tricked out with all the luxuries from radiant heated floor and off-grid AC, and it has the Serbo battery monitor system. What? So this will tell you how much fresh water you have, how much gray water you have, and black water. That's the Nature's Head pea jug.
Are you guys seriously put a sensor on the Nature's Head pea jug?
Well, you know, it's just handy to be able to see exactly what's doing.
So,
if you want, you can connect this monitor to Wi-Fi, and that would mean remotely you can see what your battery system is doing, what temperature the batteries are at, and how full your pea jug is, you know.
This is cool. So I could strap that to my pea jug technically?
You could.
It'd be a little cable on it, but I could?
Yeah.
How awesome. A little sport bottle with a sensor on it.
Set the alarm to beep at you.
Yeah.
You know, you might have noticed while you're holding it.
Oh,
sir.
yeah, usually, but it'd be fun if it goes beep, 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 beep on.
Too much beer yesterday.
That's a fuse panel.
So this is made by Blue Sea. They built exactly what Ray requested. So this is the Ray outfitted Blue Sea breaker panel. That is your 12 volt, 120 volt, and solar all in one. And so we got to pick exactly what everyone is so that it's suited to the builds we do.
That's an impressive looking unit. And it just looks straightforward and easy to understand too,
Yeah,
right?
well, and it's handy that it's all labeled the way we want it. So it has our water pumps and toilet and reading lights and fridge and USB ports, our camera system.
So obviously the other day I was making the decision on just kind of changing the way my van charges. So instead of everything going through one unit, capping out my charging capacity, to split that up. And then that has expanded now to me going, well, if I'm gonna go that far, why not go the full route and double my battery capacity at the same time? So we're capable of doing 2 batteries on one side, 2 batteries on the other, running 400 amp hours of power. That's insane. I have 2 now that'll double it. Hopefully that'll solve my problems. And then he was suggesting to run 2 of these, and then the question was, where do we put this? So that's for DC to DC charge controlling. Allow me to bring back 60 amps of power running 2 of those together, correct?
Correct.
And then we're wondering, okay, now where do we put these? And then Mr. Smart Guy is like, well, you're taking your batteries out from up there, right? I'm like, yeah.
When we pull out the batteries, the upper battery compartment, which is already electrical, turns into alternator circuit.
That's perfect. Really? That little puppy dog looked from all the way across there and going, Dad, I dropped my bone. Can you get it for me, Dad, please? Pretty please, Dad? You want the bone? Is that what you want? He's like, of course I want that. Are you serious, Dad? Just pick it up. Just pick it up. It's very slobbery, bro. Mm-hmm. It's not even your bone. It belongs to the other dogs.
Cut yourself?
I did.
Oh, congratulations.
I can't touch a single tool anytime. I always seem to every time. I don't know what's with me. I just can't. So obviously the decision has been made. I'm going to double the battery capacity in my van. And just as I was about to go and order those batteries, I had a chat with the crew here at Ray Outfitted, because instantly I thought, well, I'm in Canada and we have some cold winters, and get the winter batteries because they have a self-heating system inside, so they heat themselves. And then a subject came up while I was talking about the heating ones, and they're like, hold on. The heating ones can cause a problem for my Victron battery monitor setup. So how the Victron battery monitors work, or any kind of a shunt style battery monitor system that you buy, is all your electrical stuff that pulls power gets plugged through the battery shunt. So the shunt knows how much power is being drawn. So when I turn on a light, the system knows, okay, it's drawing 3 watts, or okay, my fridge kicked in, it's drawing on 50 watts. Everything runs through here. But what happens with the heated batteries is the batteries have a heating element inside of it. So when it's cold and the battery reads, hold on, too cold to charge, when you get that charging power coming back to the battery will use some of that charging power to kick on the element and heat the battery to the appropriate temperature. And then once the battery reaches the appropriate temperature, the battery monitor systems inside the battery say, okay, we're safe to charge. Now allows the charging power to come into the battery itself. But because the heating element that's pulling power from wherever it's coming in from, because the battery monitor shunt doesn't know that the battery is not taking power, the battery monitor is reading the power going back, thinking it's going into the battery when it's not, giving you a false reading. So ideally in those systems, the heating elements inside of the battery should have an extra port so you can connect the heating element just before the shunt, so the shunt will know, okay, we're sending this much back, but yet the heating element's taking this much, kind of giving you a better monitor of your system. So I'm at the decision right now on deciding on which way to go, because technically in the winter I may only have a couple weeks out of my whole year where the battery monitor system may be a bit wonky or whatever, that I may need to skip through a little bit, and fingers crossed I got enough power coming back and I can make sense of the system, because it'll all just be confused in my app. Or to go with the non-heated ones, and the option they gave me was they could add heating elements in those compartments back there and heat them externally on our own, or something that seemed pretty simple is my heating duct right there. So my heater is right underneath the bed, right by that duct, and it's only one tube pointing straight out. They said I have an option to take that and split the duct into both battery compartments. So in the winter time, I can like switch a dial or something like that and invert the power so it splits between my battery compartments and here, allowing those compartments to stay warm while my van stays warm, making charging that system safe. So I haven't ordered the batteries quite yet. Come back for another video. I need some time to think about this one. That is a mighty hefty decision to make. But if you guys have any advice on this matter, please by all means pour it down below, and I'll get down there and maybe you guys can help me make some sense of all this stuff, because it's crazy. But as of right now, the crew, every outfitter recommended not to get the winter ones, to go with the other ones and heat it from an external source, not an internal source like the inside. But that's good advice for you guys. If you're running a battery monitor, it's just gonna throw it all off. I didn't know that. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna let you go. We've made enough blah, blah, blah in this video. So come back another day and find out what we do. Besides, all those install stuff will all be in video here anyway. But I'm gonna need just a little minute to think about this decision. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you soon.